Hello, Brubs. We're back with new book arrivals, number 259, I believe. Don't have very many books, and that's all right. I don't need that many because I have an overflowing house full of books, which I need to sell, but I just sold one for $630, so that kind of quells my desire to sell more, but probably should. Anyway, let me see if it is 259. Is it 259? I like how there's a delay in the start of the video every time, which is why I started doing a musical interlude, but not then you do an musical interlude and you get a copyright strike, so we will not do it. Live broadcast. Is Dracula from Hungary, or he wasn't from Hungary, he was from Romania, wasn't he? Aren't they the same thing? Basically. Sort of. Sort of. Is this motherfucker private? I feel like it is private. No, it's public. I am live now, bruv. Video evidence that a ghost or stalker. Okay, let's look. Book 259 it is. We'll see if we don't get any viewers, because usually if I don't, that means it's set to private. But I don't think it is. What is this? Highlight saved to your channel. What does that mean? You can just save a highlight? Is this fucker set to private, or just no one's coming there anymore? Which is fine, I don't give a shit. Front of space. All you set to private, bruv. No, it says it's public. I guess we'll see. Don't know. Don't actually care, but went to an estate sale and found 3 more of these Dell purse books and a Globe mini mag. This one I definitely have, but I will pick it up every time I see it because it is a dream book. Understanding thingy, mabobber, all the creatures. Weird that no one's coming in. House. If you dream of a house, about one dream in 3 is set in a house, making houses, or more accurately, the rooms of houses, the most common of all dream settings. For help in interpreting the meaning of specific room settings, see bathroom, bedroom, dining room, etc. this chapter. When an entire house appears in a dream, usually as part of an outdoor setting, it is most likely blah blah blah. So yeah. Learn to interpret the meaning of your dreams, and you will discover your deepest emotions, the angers you bury, you motherfuckers, the desires you disguise, the impulses you suppress. Learn what your dreams mean, and you'll peer into your unconscious mind. You'll expose the true you. Whoops, my dream. I did have a dream about a cat last night. The end of my dreams, when I woke up today at about noon. I dreamt of a cat. He was laying in water, trying to sleep in a crowd of people. I was like in the outskirts of Detroit, and I was nothing about a cat. Let's see about animals. Symbols and dreams. Anybody want to interpret this dream? Airplane. Let's see if they have any for animals. Nope, nothing for an animal. Pet. This book is fucking worthless for. Or maybe this is separated by in like different categories. Where would I find the dream about a cat? Because the end of my dream was about a cat, and the cat was lying in a puddle of water, trying to sleep for some unknown reason. Well, I do watch a lot of cat videos. I need to find a different book that talks about cats. Props in your dreams. People and creatures. There we go. Owl. No. Gorilla. Who the fuck dreams of a gorilla? Cat. Here it is. A cat. Throughout all of history, cats have been identified with women, though not always with the finer qualities of women. In dreams, too, a cat is most likely to represent a woman, or that aspect of a woman which the dreamer may desire or despise, or both. Wait, so this dream of a cat in a puddle trying to sleep is more or less a dream about a woman? So what are you saying? She's living on the streets? Not necessarily living on the streets, but she is living in a bad way and was just trying to sleep amidst her unfortunate circumstances. Definitely have to get another book on this now. I've got about 42 dream books, but that's different. I've never heard that. I'm gonna have to set that aside. All right, food and drink counter. This is obviously for housewives who were trying to lose weight back in the day. Probably 1980s, you would have to suspect. 1976, very good shape. Yeah, I collect these little books. They used to be, I think they still have these, but they're in different form now. Diet foods that also heal. Be fit and slim for life. Yeah, Grandma. Grandpa's in good shape too. The healers. These superfoods will make you slim and trim, and they will also fight off illness and disease. What year was this one? 1990. This was a Globe Mini. Anyway, on to the real books. Father Solanus Casey. He was part of the Detroit Capuchin monks, I believe. I don't know how you say him. Bone stealer. I am the bone stealer. I come for your bones. I'm pretty sure the only bone you're going to get on here is from some fucking pedophile. The new decade, the 1930s, opened with a heaviness that few Americans could even describe. The crowds in the waiting room at St. Bonaventure. Is that what this guy was? Wherever he was sent, whether to parishes in New York City or monasteries in Detroit, and small Huntington, Indiana, Father Casey was widely sought for his wise counsel, powerful prayers, and miraculous healings. Visitors flocked to the humble monastery doorkeeper, seeking physical cures, advice, and spiritual renewal. Thousands of mourners attended his funeral in July 1957, hailing him as a modern saint. I'm not reading at present, but that will be later. I've been reading this book. You might want to go back and start at the beginning when I read it. If you care about Stroh's Brewery in Detroit, Michigan, and this woman who is part of the Stroh family. But no, I'm not reading. I'm just showing the new books that I picked up today. And I'm going to do another video on dreams since I had a dream. And I found out if you dream about a cat laying in water, it's probably more or less about a woman. I have about 5 or 6 books on this guy now. Father Solanus Casey. The friar with the warm blue eyes. Look at him, bruv. Voodoo Love Magic. A Practical Guide to Love, Sex, and Relationships by Kanaz Falan. See what this fucker looks like. Ain't gonna tell. What's this? Booty calls. All right, I'm gonna see what the Falaz Bulan. What's his name? Kanaz Falan says about booty calls and the voodoo sex magic or voodoo love magic. Ogu, bringer of strength. Working with Papa Ogu, you may wonder why someone would call on a warrior spirit like Ogao to do love magic. The answer is simple. Oh, man. Turn my head around. My eyes are tired. My eyes are tired, bruv. You may wonder why someone would call on a warrior spirit like Ogu to do love magic. This answer is simple. Ogu is more than just a warrior. While Venus represents grace, beauty, and refinement, characteristics associated in Haiti with Azili, Frida, and La Cyrene, Mars represents the force of sexual passion. Mars and Ogao are both hard-working and hard-playing spirits, fond of good times and particularly fond of the opposite sex. They are as exuberant in joy as in anger. Voodoo love magic. Bourbon, A History of the American Spirit by Dane Huckelbridge. I don't think is Jack Daniels considered bourbon, or is it whiskey? Either way, I've had bourbon maybe 10 times in my life. Let's see if Jack Daniels is considered bourbon. Jack Daniels it is. So I've had bourbon. Don't really care about bourbon, but this book's not in particularly. Oh, who do we got here? Damn. Megan. 04. Where is she from? Does it say? Megan. Megan was a looker. Back in 04, anyway. Who knows if she still is. Damn. Hot Megan. She served as a bookmark for this book. Year was this book written? 2014. 2010. So, maybe Megan was being thought of. The Detroit Red Wings 1995-96 Media Guide. Hey, that's the year they won the cup, wasn't it? Yeah. First cup in like 50 years, or was it 96, 97? Atanas Illich, Christopher Illich. Prick. Marion Illich. Remember beer? Yes, we do. William Evo, President. Alanis Illich, Vice President. Jim Devellano, Senior Vice President. Scotty. Twelve and 6. Lost Stanley Cup. So that's the year they lost to New Jersey. Ken Holland, Dave Lewis, Barry Smith, Dan Belial, Jim Nill. Didn't Nill go to some other team? John Wharton. Anyway, this is 1995-96 Media Guide for the Red Wings. Here's the, I don't know about the big find, but the biggest book I found today, Stephen King, It. A novel, obviously. Whoa, that's right, I forgot there's a card in there. Now I'll have to do a reading, too, for the card. But the thing with this one is it has a clown on it. So this person who had this book was a clown fucker lover. Let's see if there's any other fun stuff in here besides the clown card. Sounds like rain. I think it's raining, brubs. I think it's raining. Must look out the window like I'm an 83-year-old woman. See if it's raining. It's definitely raining. It's raining, bruv. The big crisis of my life is over. It's raining. Alright, back to this. Back to this book. I don't see anything else in the book. But I got that card, so now there's another video I have to make just to torture the peoples. The Hungarians. The Hungarians, 1,000 Years of Victory and Defeat by Paul Lendvai. Hungary in the Habsburg Shadow. It's funny I keep reading about the Habsburgs. Because wasn't it the Habsburg chin with the monster chin on that one prince or king or whatever, the reason why they call it the Habsburg chin or Habsburg jaw or whatever the fuck it is. Anyway, I don't know anything about Hungary. Myth and historiography and idol through the ages. But now I have a book on Hungary in case I ever need to know something. This is probably the best book I found today. Not best book in total, but my favorite book. It's got kind of a chintzy cover, but the Tales of the Mysterious and Macabre by Algernon Blackwood. It's a bit raggedy, and it also smells a bit like it's a bit musty as well. But we shall get by without that. I don't know who Algernon Blackwood was, but 1974 Castle Books. Distributed to the trade by Book Sales. It's not possible. Tales of the Mysterious and Macabre. Here are 23 superb tales from the pen of that ever-popular and prolific storyteller, Algernon Blackwood, master of the spine-chilling situation in an atmosphere of mystery and horror. This selection from his best stories represents a subtle variety of moods and styles. Many of the settings are his special favorites: a lonely inn in the Alps, an English country mansion, a Sahara oasis, or the brooding Canadian forest. Yet the basic human situation recurs. Man, lonely and defenseless, struggling against supernatural forces of which he is aware, yet cannot fully comprehend. As ever, one marvels at the ease and artistry with which Blackwood builds up his chosen mood, and at the inevitability of the climax. Terror as in Wings of Horus, the transfer and first hate, there in plenty. But there are other stories, such as The Golden Fly and 2 in 1, which radiate a gentle mood of love and faith. The mysterious power of trees, rocks, and space is strongly conveyed in The Sacrifice, and the menace of fire and water dominate the not dissimilar stories of the heath fire and the sea fit. Telepathy, another favorite Blackwood theme, is the subject of The Return. Lastly, The Mystery Cave of Many Faces. A History of Burroughs Cave. In April 1982, a caver named Russell Burroughs discovered an astounding cave in a remote valley in southern Illinois. Oh, I thought this fucker was in Michigan. The cave's walled-up entrance and its passages are buried in about 9 feet of silt. But in his explorations, Burroughs has found quantities of objects that cannot belong here, according to conventional historians. In the course of his slitherings through the silt, Burroughs has come upon thousands of engraved stones bearing non-American art styles and inscriptions in ancient European and Asian scripts. He has found regal burial crypts, metal weapons, coins, ceramics, cloth, and elegant statuary. Well, that's interesting. Like I said, I thought it was in Michigan. Oh, he only lived in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. So that sucks. Oh, I see. Has nothing to do with Michigan, except that one of the writers of the book is from Michigan. Well, now I can sell it without impunity. I was buying it because it was Michigan related, even though it's worth money, but now I will sell this fucker and make some money. And that's that. Oh, yeah. Oh, we got some fucking thunder out there. They did promise some thunderstorms. Let's see what happens. I also got a 13 CD compilation, not a compilation, 13 CDs of the audio unabridged version of Charles Dickens's, Jesus Christ, Charles Dickens's A Tale of Two Cities. Got it for $1, so I mean, I can't complain. I can do this, play this while I'm listening to or doing puzzles. Please help keep our materials in good condition. Oh, it's from the Livonia Public Library. Well, I have the audiobook now of A Tale of Two Cities. Who read this fucker? Read by Buck Shimmer. That's going to be great. So those are the books I got today. Stephen King, It, which I will expound upon because I found a card inside it, and that means instant card reading. And then this little book talks about cats, which I had a dream about last night, so I will be doing that shortly after I fill up my glass and get some beer. Bye, bruvs.